All right, guys. Today I am here with Alex Kessler, and he is the namesake and owner of Kess Entertainment.
Hi, everyone.
So I was so interested in your company because I'm a huge nerd. I loved the IPs that you guys have on display here.
Sure.
And I really wanted to ask, have you designed any of the games here?
Yeah, so I was the lead designer of Hunter x Hunter, which we're coming out in June, and then I was one of the co-designers on Bento Panic, and then basically every game that goes through the building, I have some participation on design process. Yeah.
And you created the company.
Yes.
So what made you want to make a board game company?
So I mean, I've wanted to make games basically my whole life. Definitely at one point I was like big video games was part of it, and then I fell in love with like the world of tabletop through Magic, like that type of gaming world. I used to do a bunch of podcast content and YouTube content for Magic, and then realized that I wanted to make it instead of making videos about it, and then was more of an opportunity to kind of start my own thing, start making board games.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a particular project that you are most passionate about in this collection?
Yeah, so definitely the two I wrote, Bento Panic and Hunter x Hunter. I'm a massive fan of both properties. I'm literally wearing a one-piece shirt right now as we speak. Like, these are both core parts of my personality as far as like fandoms that I have.
Sure.
But even like Sonic, which we did, we have 2 games for. The first video game I ever owned, I was 3 years old, got a Sega Genesis, played Sonic 1, and have grown up with that. Sonic Adventure 2 is like a core part of my memory, and then that's what this one's based on with all the different characters and like the chows that you win as tokens. Like, one of the things that Kess is that we love the properties we're working on. Like, we're not going to just like, oh, we heard that, like, that's kind of cool, we'll pick that up. It's like, no, someone on the team needs to love this thing for us to really like build a game around it from the ground up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the process with these IPs? Do you make the game first and then license it, or do you build the game around the property? Like, how does that work?
So almost always, I think actually every game that we have in line, we built the game from the ground up for the property. So there's no game on file that we like, oh, we have this cool idea. I wonder what property would be a good fit for it. It's like, oh no, okay, we love One Piece. We go to Toei, we work with Toei. They're like, okay, what we're looking for is we want to do like more of a party game that like at a convention, you're going to see a bunch of people like shouting and screaming and having a really good time. We're like, okay, great. Let's build that from the ground up. What does that look like? And so it's like, okay, so let's focus on like the food stealing beasts at the end of an arc. And like Luffy's actually the bad guy because he's going to steal all the food and you have to eat your food before he can get to it. Or like for Hunter x Hunter, it was like, you know, when you read the manga of Hunter x Hunter, it's like reading the board game rulebook. So okay, this needs to be much more strategy focused. We want to play into like the ins and outs of Nen and how like you have to sacrifice something to gain more power and what does that look like and how does surviving through the exams make sense. And even with like Sonic, you know, like unlockables are such a key part. If you get all 7 Chaos Emeralds, you turn into Super Sonic. So in Sonic Roll, there's a secret part of the rulebook that's sealed that you can't open unless you can collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds, and you can. I'm not going to come to your house and you will open the rulebook. But you can open it, and then there's unlockable content in it that's secret that you have to be able to beat it all the way through in that way to be able to get to.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you guys have any original games that you created that